Let's talk about the relationship between Zelensky and Putin. What his how would you characterize historically their relationship, and how did Putin initially feel when Zelensky was elected?
Well, we know that quite well because in the essay that I mentioned that Putin wrote before the start of the war on the historical unity of Russians and Ukrainians, there is closer to the end one paragraph where he writes that the West introduced in Ukraine this awful system, and he has in mind democracy, that people change and parties change, but, but the attitude stays the same. He calls it anti-Russian, which means really the commitment to independence. And he says that, well, the current president was elected on the promise of bringing peace, and he lied, and that's what democracy is about. It's about lies. So to unpack that paragraph in that article, what that means that Putin really had high hopes for unexperienced former comedian Mr. Zelensky coming to power and accepting the sort of relations between Russia and Ukraine that Putin wanted him to accept. And to a degree, things were going exactly in the direction that Putin wanted, because Zelensky informally accepted the Russian interpretation of the formula of the Minsk agreements, of the peace or armistice agreement between Russia and Ukraine in 2014-2015. But within a few weeks, Zelensky got on his hands another mass revolution in the making. The mass movement that started under the slogans "No to capitulation." And Zelensky, being a democratically elected leader, changed the course. They met with Putin in December of 2019 in Paris, and to Putin's disappointment, Zelensky said that he was not signing the sort of documents that Putin wanted him to sign. And that certainly was a turning point. And I think that Putin never really understood not only Ukraine, but he never understood the phenomenon of Zelensky. And in my opinion, at least, Zelensky's biggest talent is certainly was there when he was an actor and comedian, and he brought that talent into the president's office. He has this ability, he has this talent to feel the audience, to know what the people want, and he is there really to amplify the attitudes of the people. And we started the discussion. I said that he was really the key figure articulating Ukrainian disbelief or refusal to believe that a big war could happen. And then within one day became also the leader of the resistance. And in both cases, he represented his people. And so there are good reasons for Mr. Putin to be very unhappy with that awful system of government called democracy.